Hi, everybody. Welcome back to that Eurovision Site. Our Mela interviews and continue once again, and this time I'm joined by the lovely Robin Bengtsson. How are you doing, Robin?
Thank you. Really good to be here.
Okay, so final week.
Yeah.
It's come by very fast. Obviously, last time we talked, you were just going into the rehearsals itself.
Yeah.
What has it been like since then? It's like, obviously, you getting the second spot in the final. So, what have you been doing since that
Well,
happened?
for me, time didn't just fly by. It felt like forever, these 4 weeks. Not being able to release your song, just waiting till everyone is settled for the final. But now we're here in the final week and it feels really, really good. I just can't wait to get up on that stage. And, especially since our first 2 weeks, we didn't have a big audience in the arena. And now this week, I think there are like 26,000 sold tickets. So it's gonna be amazing to get up on that stage and see a crowded arena.
So it's like, this is the first time you've had a big arena since you last participated in 2020?
Pretty much, yeah. So that's crazy. That was the last time, and then it's been like 2. Is it 2 years?
Yeah, 2 years since 2020.
Yeah, 2 years, and now we've opened up society again, and it's so cool.
Okay, then, so with the performance itself, I just wanted to ask you, how did it feel being back on that stage again when you were doing it on the Saturday night? Because obviously each time is different. So this time you were not in a not so normal circumstance because of the pandemic. So what was going through your head when you were doing the show on the Saturday?
Well, I was pretty nervous actually, not during the performance because I really enjoyed that and being back on the Melodifestivalen stage, and it felt really good while performing it. But the whole show, I was really nervous for the results, and then the app went down, it crashed, and all of that. I started to think about how is this gonna affect the voting, so I think it's my most nerve-wracking night ever in green room for me was this year's first round. So I just feel like I'm really grateful to be back in the final, and now I just feel like I can relax and just enjoy and have a good time. And I'm in the final for the 4th time in a row, and I couldn't be more grateful for that.
Yeah, I was gonna say, 4th time, you're part of the Guinness Book. We were talking about this previously, where it's like, you really want to beat a record, and you set yourself a record for being for making it, for each time that you participated, you're there, you actually went direct, straight away each time. What was your news like? Okay, I've gone through now, so that means I must have some sort of record.
4 out of 4. I think maybe someone else has done it. I'm not sure, but it feels really, really good.
Yes. Okay, then. So with the performance itself, obviously it's been about 5 weeks now since we've had the premiere of Innocent Love. What can we expect this time round? Because obviously it was like a limited audience, as you said earlier on, but this time you're gonna have a whole crowd going. Is there any changes this time around?
We've done some changes. It's pretty much the same idea around the performance. We changed a few camera angles and we're playing a bit more with the foldable ceiling that comes down, the lights that becomes like a light wall, and I'm gonna use that even more. And also hope to get that big arena feeling that my song has, and to get some shots of a big audience, and to capture that feeling of a crowded arena as well. So just take what we had in the first round and sharpen it a bit, work on some camera angles, and make it look a bit bigger.
So basically adapt it to what it should have looked like in the first place.
Exactly.
With the bigger audience itself. Okay, then moving on, because obviously being in the final means you're in the running to be going back to Eurovision potentially. How are your thoughts on the potentiality of you coming back to the contest again?
Actually, I think my chances of winning aren't the biggest in this field. I think maybe it's a year for the girls. A strong feeling for Cornelia or Clara. for the win. But of course, I'm gonna go out there and give it my best shot. You know, I sure do want to go and represent Sweden. So I'm just gonna give it all I got, and I'm not gonna be too disappointed if that's not the case. I mean, we're 12 artists here who wants to win, and only one can win, and so it's the other 11 artists' job to support that person when they go to Turin.
Yeah, and obviously fourth time in the final. Does it ever get tiring, or do you still get nervous with it now? Because obviously it's the final again, so it's like you don't know where you're gonna play. So you
know, coming back as a winner is pretty nerve-wracking. So I don't know why I keep doing this to myself, but but the fun parts and the nice thing about being here, it just takes all the nervous feelings away, and it's worth it. You know, even if I was to be voted out, I figured like, well, I still would have 3 out of 4 times straight to the final, so that's a number I can live with. So that's why I decided to go for a 4th time.
Yeah, and before this, actually, you've actually released like a live version of Innocent Love on your channel. What was the experience like? Because I really like the live effect of it. So was that difficult to mount, or was it more of like a enjoyable experience for you per se to do it?
Yeah, it was enjoyable. I was just we were playing around in the rehearsal area to just see how we were gonna perform it this summer on tour, and came up with this version of it, and it felt cool, so we decided to record it and just release it and see what people think about it, and that's probably how we're gonna perform it when we go on tour later on.
Right, and I'm pretty sure the Swedish viewers would love that. Okay then, and final 2 questions for you. Obviously, as I kept writing, 4th time. What have you learned this time round, participating this year, that you think, okay, I'll take that with me after Saturday, going this year?
I'm not sure. That's a tricky question. Of course, you always learn something new with every big experience like this, but I'm not sure exactly what it might be. Maybe that I was really nervous going into this a 4th time. Are they gonna support me to the final again? But I think it shows like the importance of choosing and sending in a song that really holds up, and it's a good song, because I think the Swedish voters, it's important for them that the song is good, and I can say this and take no pride in it, because it's not me who wrote the song, but not my other 3 songs before either. So I think I learned that I'm pretty good at selecting what song to send in.
And and hopefully we'll see. I mean, it's your 4th go now, but hopefully you'll come back in the future, and because if you're this good at like picking your songs, imagine what else you can do in future participations if you do come
well
back.
I think I'm gonna take a small break from it now, because I don't want people to get too tired of me, but I'm pretty sure you'll see me again sometime.
Yes. Okay then, and one final thing, just to wrap things up.
Yeah.
And obviously, the Eurovision fans still following you, even though I can't go. It's been 4 years old now.
Yeah, 5 years.
5 years old. I mean, like, is there anything that you want to say to the international viewers who are obviously still supporting you in your music?
Well, I really appreciate your support. I often go to the Spotify for Artists app and see what countries are streaming, and of course I Can't Go On is my most international song, and it means a lot that you still play it, and also following me on Instagram and commenting. I really appreciate it, and I would not have had that if it wasn't for Eurovision, of course. It's hard to reach out of your own country and to an audience outside of Sweden, so I really appreciate it, and I hope to see you again in Eurovision someday.
All right then. Wishing you the best of luck, Robin. Tack så mycket, lycka till.
Tack så mycket.